Sup? This is Greggatron. How are y'all? This, 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 this. Look at it. Yeah. Yeah. Look at it. This. Yeah. 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 This is And do you like my shirt? Yeah. Heck yeah. Normally I don't get too political on this page, but with everything going on, I gotta bust out the good shirts. And I gotta bust out some of this discussion. So with the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's death or assassination, it's like everything now has changed. People are now beginning to see what's really going on, in the sense that people are waking up. People who normally vote down the middle, center, somewhat left, even now they're like, whoa, what the heck is going on here? They're waking up to how evil the Democratic Party is. And you got to ask yourself today, why are you still voting Democrat? Like, forget about Trump, right? Just forget about Trump for 2 seconds. What makes you still want to support the Democratic Party? That's my question to you guys. Because you're supporting the same party who was aligned with people who celebrated the murder of this man, the assassination of this man. And as far as the politicians goes, no one's condemning this type of behavior. I don't hear Obama. I don't hear Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Kamala Harris. I don't hear any of them saying, hey, we need to not celebrate something like this. This is a horrible thing. Like, where's Bernie Sanders? Where are these people? The only thing I hear is Democrats blaming it on Trump's rhetoric and Charlie Kirk's rhetoric. It's like, really? Like, y'all been calling this man Hitler, Trump that is, y'all been calling that man Hitler for the last 10 years. And then you say anybody who supports the man is a Nazi. So why are you now surprised when something like this happens? And to this day, they won't even condemn the behavior. What they will say sometimes is, oh, well, we need to take the temperature down on both sides. Meaning, we're the ones responsible, right? And there is some rhetoric on the right. Don't get me wrong. My question just is, how do you support Democrats today when they're just so blatantly in your face evil? 1,000% evil. Not even 100%. Like, there were actually people who were celebrating someone's death. If that's not evil, I don't know what is evil. It's like, how low can you even go? So now there's people who are waking up like, hey, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. It's not cool. Like, say what you want about Charlie Kirk, but the man was a family man. He had a family and everything. He loved people, let me say that. And he loved talking with people who agreed or disagreed with him. He was a people person. He was a man of the people. And he loved that stuff. The people who he disagreed with, he loved those people. So how do you then turn around and hate this man and celebrate this man's death? The fact that that type of evil is now visible to people, they're like, all right, enough is enough. They're walking away from the Democrat Party because these are the same people who were wishing Trump was dead or Trump would die. You know, these are the same people who celebrated when Trump was shot at twice, by the way. Like, why would you want death on your own American president as if that's going to somehow make the country better? Like, that's not good for the country. It wasn't good when Kennedy got shot. It wasn't good when Lincoln got shot. It wasn't good when Reagan got shot. These things are not good things. And say what you want about Trump, but here's the difference between a Trump supporter and a Biden supporter or a Harris supporter. When Biden was in office, we saw he was falling and stumbling and bumbling and mumbling, but none of us wanted anything bad to happen to him. We were just like, yo, this is jacked up. This is crazy. This man's falling up and down stairs. This man's falling off the stage. But no one in my circle, nobody who I knew personally, no one wanted anything bad to happen to Sloppy Joe. Now, we would have fun with him. We call him Sleepy Joe, Sloppy Joe, whatever. But to my core, I never wanted this man to die. Never did I think that. I wanted him to be in the best health possible, because that means our country is in better shape, which his policies sucked. But that's beyond the point. Whereas the other way around, people who support Democrats, they want death to the other side. Like when they see people like me wearing this shirt, they want death. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself, are you on the right side? I don't think so. And all they can talk about, whoa, January 6th, that was violent. And let's just say I give you that. That should have never happened. Y'all were burning down Teslas for weeks. I mean, y'all were protesting everything under the sun for months. So this assassination essentially created a shockwave throughout the country. And now people are re-evaluating themselves. Because a lot of the people who disagree with Charlie Kirk, they still kind of like the guy. Because he was like fun. He was like that guy you love to hate and you hate to love. He was like that guy who you kind of can't live with and can't live without. For the people who didn't like him, that is. The people who liked him, we already liked him. But yeah. That's all I want to know. What does it feel like today? Today is Saturday, September 14th? 13th. What is it like to be a Democrat today, September 13th, 2025? Y'all seen Trump get shot, now this, and everything else going on. I just want to know what that's like, to have that much hate in your heart for some individuals. Because we don't hate the other side Most of us understand the other side because we used to be the other side. But they hate us. Like, we're so hated. These people are just so blind and angry. And they yell at you and scream at you. And you really can't have a discussion with these people. You just can't. Because it's not a real discussion. It's just a shouting match. They don't want you and me to wake up. They just want everybody to be miserable, angry, and a victim. Because that's how they feel. And if you're a Christian, you can't be a victim. So you can't be a Democrat and be a Christian at the same time. Because if you're a Christian, your soul is on track to getting in paradise. So if you claim you want to live in paradise on earth, or paradise when you die, however you look at it, if you claim you want to live in the kingdom, how are you then going to be a victim on earth? Because that's how the Democrats want you to be. That's what they push. The Democrats will come up to you and say, hey, especially for black people, don't even get me started. Hey, black man. The black man says, hey, Mr. Democrat. And the Democrat says, hey, buddy, vote for me and I'll give you all the free stuff you want. And the black person says, okay, sir, I'll vote for you. Just keep that free stuff coming. Oh, I will. I'm going to give you this free stuff, just enough to keep you voting for me. And then the voter says, okay, sir, sounds good to me. And then you become a slave mentally. You're addicted as if it's alcohol or pills or weed. You're addicted to those handouts. How are you addicted to handouts and you claim to be a Christian? How do you support a party that promotes handouts and victimhood and claim to be a Christian? You just can't. These people don't want you to do for yourself. These are the same people who, and it's not just Democrats, but these are the same people who promoted, hey, we'll give the black woman whatever she wants, whatever assistance she needs. Just make sure you don't have a man inside the house. These are the same people of today who supported that back then. And let's just say Lyndon B. Johnson didn't know it was going to get this bad, which I'm sure he did because of the comments he had made. But let's just give him the benefit of the doubt and say, well, he didn't know it was going to destroy the black family. He knew it, but let's just say he didn't know. Like, what's stopping you today from doing for yourself? It's because they're already hooked on those programs. But if you're a Democrat today, you're actually supporting government handouts, meaning you're openly supporting the destruction of your own family, whether you're black or white. Because these government programs, those are for, in many cases, single mothers. But if you're a Christian, you understand God will take care of you if you put one foot forward. The thing about the Democratic Party, that's why I say they're not for the working people. I think Bernie Sanders said the same thing. The thing about the Democratic Party, they don't want you to put that 1 foot forward. They'll say, hey, whoa, 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 you don't need to put a step forward. We will take care of you. You'll be fine. Just vote for us and you're covered. You're good. You don't need to start your own business. You don't need to believe in capitalism. You don't need to practice any of these things. We will take care of you. The people who celebrated Charlie Kirk's murder, these are the same people who celebrated the death of Martin Luther King Jr. and JFK. It's like these are sick people, man. And there used to be a time where you wouldn't talk bad about your president. Those times are over. I'm more shocked how blatantly evil people are now in your face to celebrate evil, to celebrate cruelty, destruction. Kind of like how some black people call Chicago Iraq, Chirac. You're celebrating death. You're comparing your own city to a war zone, and you're cool with this. These people don't want your city to be safe. They don't want the crime under control. They don't want clean streets. But it's okay, just keep voting Democrat. You don't want to bring Thor's hammer down on crime? It's like, if I was a Democrat today, even I'd be like, what the heck? Something ain't right here. I would have woke up by now. If you don't wake up after this, I don't see how you will. And here's another thing. Trump's going to be gone in 3 years. So then what? Who are you going to hate now? Who are y'all going to make the next boogeyman? Ben Shapiro? Like Benny Johnson? Who are y'all going to make into the next boogeyman? J.D. Vance? Ron DeSantis? It's like these people are more focused on hating a boogeyman than living their own lives and doing for themselves. And just working hard, going to school, going to work, whatever. Spending time with your family. But who makes videos on TikTok and all these platforms about hate? Like, that alone should drain your spirit. That should be draining your energy. So not only do you have enough evil inside of you to talk about it on camera, but to upload it. These people, man. If you're supporting Democrats right now, you got to think long and hard. Like, I don't see Michelle Obama speaking out against this stuff. The Clintons, nobody. You get idiots like Pritzker and Elizabeth Warren who are saying, political rhetoric is at an all-time high. We all need to cool it off. Y'all are the ones calling our people Nazis. You know what I'm saying? And then their defense, they might say, well, you guys call us communists. Because y'all's policies do support communism and socialism. We're not calling you socialists to name call you. We're calling it socialism because we don't want socialism. And then they try to say, well, you guys are just fascists. Meaning what? We love our country? And I don't know every definition of all of these words to the T. But last I checked, I'd rather be a fascist than a communist. It's just... it's insane. But... it's Greggatron. I hope you like my shirt. And I hope you have a good weekend. We'll talk more. Peace.